no slouch in this whole undisputed regular season. He deserves to be the AFC, right?
Oh, I definitely think so. I mean, it is unfortunate of his last adventure here inside of the ESFL. However, I for one, there are two things I'm going to say. One, I love that he's picking Ricky Hatton, Hitman.
Ooh.
Love playing Ricky Hatton. I think that he is super fun. I like his long range stance. And another thing to mention is that KYoungButta is fantastic when it comes to striking. Make no mistake, that guy also plays chess. He's really good. He's got a good elo, and he really is good at predicting and setting up strikes with his opponent. Pryoxis, though, I think may prove why he's number one seed right now. I think KYoungButta really needs to do his Wim Hof, get his breathing going right, and make sure that he is calm, cool, and collected here because 12 rounds definitely favors Pryoxis. That guy knows how to win long fights. He knows how to pick his shots and maintain his stamina throughout an entire thing.
And you know what? The craziest thing is about the records in the regular season, right? Pryoxis, 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. While the number 8 seed had 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. You could cut the,
3 wins,
the
3 losses.
records by a knife. They are so close. And the fact that they're the number 1 seed to the number 8 seed, that's how close the regular season was with 16 or 17 competitors fighting in that whole situation. So the fact that one has to be favorite and one has to be underdog is very like interesting to see. But Pryoxis, the downloading expert software just installed for every type of ability, and he wants to go to his sim boxing. He wants to be a boxer's boxer when it comes to this tournament. So for KYoungButta with the Ricky Hatton, I love me some Ricky Hatton. I love playing with him or a Mickey Ward using the underdog
Ricky
pick
Hatton.
with him, with the songs going for him. What does he need to do against Pryoxis to make the biggest upset in ESFL history?
Stay calm. Stay calm and don't allow Pryoxis to fight the game plan that he wants to fight. Really get reckless out there. Start landing those body shots and get those body hooks going early and often. And then also, don't be predictable. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Relax and make it happen. I like that they're fighting here. I
Just
really like that they're having the
so
fight here.
intimate, right? Like it's just like it's a
So
dingy
intimate.
gym,
It
and
is so
like
intimate.
there's no like distractions, no crowd. It's just you and your competitor to go into the
It's
semifinals.
Rocky and
It's
Apollo Creed. Let's
Rocky,
go.
yes. Rocky Apollo Creed and Rocky 3. That's what we're going to be seeing here as KYoungButta trying to be the Rocky of his own story, the ultimate underdog, using Ricky Hatton on the left side, going against the number 1 seed Pryoxis in the blue on the right side, using Ryan Garcia.
Brian Garcia, man, that was crazy when he got knocked out there in real life. And then you look at Ricky Hatton, and now look at this. You got Pryoxis. He's throwing his own body hooks and are landing well. And I think now KYoungButta is starting to understand a bit of the footwork here. Trying to catch Pry coming in, like that hook attempt. Throws another one, and Pry again lands a body, and he backs out.
And I love what we're seeing so far, right? You see that KYoungButta, he's working a little bit of buy, but he's also working ahead. He's not giving Pryoxis mostly any space when it comes to the ring. But Pryoxis, he's already setting the groundwork for his body shots, right? Uppercuts to the body, straights to the body. Just taking his time, not really going fully outright and brawling. It's just body shots, body shots, body shots. Just laying the groundwork. And that's why I feel like it's going to be super dangerous. Because he's kind of a low parry. You need to be patient in the first 4 rounds against Pryoxis. And then he starts to ramp up like a roller coaster and just works on your head after that. So very interesting to see it with under 1 minute to go.
Yeah, and I think right now Pryoxis is doing a really good job. He's doing a game plan I don't think KYoungButta was preparing for it. And Ricky Hatton has Liver King perk. So you're really trying to look and see him do that, land those body hooks. So I think that Pry is showing a lot of versatility by continuously landing that jab on the body and just waiting for an opening for his opponent. Doing a good job.
And you know what's funny?
Nice,
With a
great
vicious
shot.
counter like that. Good shot from Pryoxis. I also talked to KYoungButta, and I asked him, Pryoxis wasn't a big stranger to big moments. What are your strengths to meet the moments when the first bell rings? He said he is no stranger to the big moments. He's also been there before. And hopefully, with that being said, he said he was tasting the canvas as one. So KYoungButta, not a lack of confidence. He's not going to make it in the first round knockout, but he seems like he wants to put on a performance against Pryoxis, which he has to try to do in the second round right
I
now.
don't know why you would say, like, for one, I have 2 questions for KyoungButta. I don't know why you would say you knocked this man down in 1 round. That's good confidence. But the second thing is, what does the K stand for in your name? I'd like to know.
It's the grandest mystery. Do you even want to know what the KO stands for? Because I feel like
Maybe
you just have to
Killa,
leave it.
something? Yeah, I mean, it could be something. If he gets the knockdown here and he beats Pryoxis by KO, he'll be KYoungButta. That's what we stand for, knockout YoungButta.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, yeah, it could be that, or it could be Kid and YoungButta if this guy ends up quitting again. We'll see.
Oh.
Well, you know, he's a good guy, good dude. I'm only playing some fun at K-Young. But at the end of the day, right now, what's happening is Pryoxis, I think, is being very patient, and he is landing at full extension of the strikes like that, and he's finding the openings, and he's moving around a lot. I like the footwork. It's not very easy to predict. He's moving left, moving right, and he's getting inside of the pocket, and he lands that hook there. Good stuff. And he lands another jab. And Pry's landing a lot.
Yeah, Pry's landing a lot, but he's also like, there was one hook that he wasn't fully in range. But with shots like that, that is working very nicely. What I'm liking for both competitors is that they're not just headhunting, right? They're not trying to go outright to a brawl. There's actually a strategy when it comes to the strikes. When they get close, work the body. Work the body, then you can go straight up to the head. Use those jabs. Both guys are fighting their style, and so far, this is why I feel like you need to keep up the consistent pressure. But one thing we need to look out for, because it's the only thing that we can see, is Pryoxis' stamina. He's going to use that very well, and with 20 seconds, will he be goaded into a brawl situation if he gets hit once or twice? Or is he going to stay patient as possible when it goes to the later rounds? But body shots galore from both guys. Oh, vicious counter there too.
Vicious counter, power straight, and that is the end of the second round. 97% stamina, 98 damage. There's nothing more that you can want. It's very clear that the game plan is to wear down KYoungButta's body, and just like that, catches him walking into the lead body hook, and continue to maintain his own. Avoid getting hit with those body shots and land his own. That's good. Good exchange from both gentlemen there.
Now, one quick question for you. Along with the body shots that KYoungButta is doing, do you even risk trying to go for a power shots, or do you think it will take too long to even get that towards Pryoxis? Because I feel like if you waste enough energy on those power shots, you're not going to get many opportunities to get hit.
I mean, just worry about landing, right? Just worry about landing, walk forward, and try to get into his face. You can see that he continuously is moving. And I think the one thing that we've noticed up to this third round is that KYoungButta is not necessarily being so patient. He's trying to land shots or set his feet a little too early sometimes. Those 2 shots he landed flush. I like that, but he just got caught again. And I think like that, you see, he's planting his feet. But really, the thing is you want to keep moving forward. You want to keep moving forward and then wait until you see them plant, and now you're trading. It's really good to trade.
It's similar to like Undisputed in boxing. It's like someone that we see in the FGC, right? With like Street Fighter or like Tekken. It's just the footsie game that we're seeing from Pryoxis trying to land these body shots. Not only is he just like going straight for like going vertical and then going backwards, he's just taking the time. He's going like he's doing a little teeter-totter, trying to sway his opponent into him so he could capitalize and get his strikes in. So with 30 seconds so far, it hasn't been like very predictable from his side, and he's working really well with his footwork.
Yeah, he's I'll tell you what, I couldn't say it better myself. Footsie, right? Game of footsie. And I think Pryoxis is one of the masters at that inside of many different fighting games. Also in Gears of War, he played for a while. He's really good at footsie. Shotgun footsie is very real in Gears of War.
Oh God, Gears of War, that's a throwback. God, I remember the 360 and just like playing it all the time with my friends. Yeah, that's another story for another day. Yeah, it was crazy.
Look at this. Ricky Hatton is up according to CompuBox, and I honestly don't know why, but maybe there's something that I'm missing. I'm gonna pay a lot more attention now to what KYoungButta is doing.
Well, it could be with the judges, because sometimes I know they don't really favor body shots, all like that. So all the body shots that he might have taken, just like that one, to the uppercut of the solar plexus into the kidneys, KYoungButta's been hitting the head a little bit more, maybe landing more with the hooks, a little bit with the straights, and the judges are liking that even more. But again, you have 12 rounds with Pryoxis. We know that he turns it up when it goes more to the 6 to the 10 rounds. So right now, fine, you win 2 rounds, but can you keep it up going into more of the later rounds. Because right now, Pryoxis, he's still in down low mode where round 4, he's still trying to figure out his opponent, trying to see where he could go. And then by the 5th round, you're going to see him try to headhunt a little bit more.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I like that what he's doing right now, and he's being successful in landing to the body. I also like that KYoungButta has made an adjustment, and he's starting to change up his footwork. And look at that, 2 clean shots, 1 to the body, 1 to the head, landing from KYoungButta. He is starting to come into a rhythm of his own, I would say.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little bit more straight shots, and I think he's not throwing that because Pryoxis continues to go and circle one way or another. But like right there, he just threw it. That's awesome. But you start throwing to that body, right? Throw that lead body hook and then throw it straight afterward. You set them in place and then you throw that body straight, and then that's going to really hurt. See if he does that going forward.
Yeah, and one key move that we're seeing from KYoungButta is just the left body hook into a left hook straight up. That's been his favorite move so far that he's like to do, because he's seeing Pryoxis just move to his left a little bit more. If he can capture that on the right side, then he's in the money for all of his strikes. But as we approach the mid-round break, going to round 5, it still could be anyone's fight. Pryoxis still doing his work, still working on the body, still holding on to that stamina.
Yeah.
95, as you said, 95 stamina, and we're in the 5th round. He's going to have a whole kitchen sink to throw against his opponent later on. So it's up to KYoungButta. Can he withstand the pressure? Can he withstand being patient enough and not worry about what his opponent's doing? Because right now, he's getting hit with a straight, and it's not working to his benefit, but he's getting some body shots too. So it's only a matter of time before we see a little bit of a rock as those shots keep popping out from Pryoxis.
Yeah, respect to the Ricky Haddon pick. Total respect to the Ricky Haddon pick, because I really appreciate it. Orion Garcia is definitely an advantage when you're going against him. There's definitely an advantage there. So right now, I really like the combinations that we just started to see from Pryoxis in the beginning there. He landed a hook and counter. And now he's starting to jab backwards, and he's just continuously landing the jabs. And he's landing it up top. That's really going to open up a body shot that we'll likely see soon, like that. See? And now
but that's
jab, and another
But that's very scary. But the fog of war, KYoungButta had Pryoxis block gauge very low, so he was more open to get some punches. But right now, we're going to a little bit of a back and forth. Both guys swinging for the fences a little bit. Oh, good. A back step away from the hooks, but a hook landing from right there for Pryoxis. And now both guys not really taking a step back, staying more in the center of the ring. And do you think that has to favor more KYoungButta or Pryoxis when they stay center like that?
Oh, man, in this situation, I mean, Pryoxis is making him kind of chase him. I mean, granted, KYoungButta is maintaining a bit more control in the center of the ring. It's always an advantage to hold the center, because then you get your opponent walking into you, and you have more room to back up in case they start throwing a lot of shots.
Ooh!
That was sexy, I gotta say. That was gorgeous. This man leaned his head with a quick movement and landed a hook and followed up by an uppercut. Great way to end the round, KYoungButta. Hopefully he can keep that up. The damage looks at 88 right now for Pryoxis.
It was like a slow motion into a left hook. Perfect boxing strike for KYoungButta, but still a lot of work to do as we approach the halfway mark of the second matchup of the first round. Pryoxis uses the Orion Garcia right here, trying to find his way with the jab, trying to land the body, but gets hit with his own strikes. It seems like he's getting the counter jabs, right? He's getting the strikes that he wants, but KYoungButta, no pressure, well, still more pressure, but not giving him any quarters to move around. But the chasing of KYoungButta needs to be very careful.
Yeah, and it seems like he's getting a tiny bit frustrated just because he keeps getting countered with that jab. Again, deep breaths, Wim Hof, man. Start to get your energy and chakra flowing. You just relax, right? According to CompuBox, this is a closer fight. So just try to take it easy and keep your guard up, because he keeps leaving himself open just trying to make one shot like that, as you can see. He's also inside a loose footwork to catch him. And Ricky Haddon, he could fight in loose footwork as any fighter other than, I would say, Joe Frazier really can do. But I'm not a fan of putting Ricky Haddon inside of the loose footwork unless I'm chasing. And I don't think he's really chasing. I just think that he's having trouble, and he thinks he's chasing because Pryoxis' footwork is really good.
Yeah, but one thing that we have to give credit for, even though he got hit with a nice body uppercut counter, he was able to get some shots, able to get the body shot into a left hook, and that's working, like right there. The body into the uppercut with the same hand, working so well with the left side. It's just all about moving around and just like, at least close in the distance a little bit. But so far, Pryoxis, we're going to see what the KYoungButta prediction scores are going to be in the next round to see if Pryoxis have gained some ground against his opponent or if KYoungButta still on an upset alert path of making this work. But so far, with a nice hook like that, and again, working three straight strikes working against Pryoxis, and KYoungButta ending the round very nicely.
And look at this now. The damage, 77%. Let's see what CompuBox has to say. They do have Pryoxis up now every other round since he took the last 3 rounds. Now, that is not... This is halfway through, right? This is still close. You can still come back here. But the thing about coming back is you need to land your shots, and you need to also make sure your opponent doesn't land his. I think he is... KYoungButta, I'm referring to, is leaving himself open quite a bit. Not only that, but he is very... Like, he's chasing, right? Like, now they're in the center. If I'm him, I'm standing still. I have to get Pry to start coming into me. Pry moves forward like this. You see, he moves forward and gets right back out.
Yeah, but mind you, he's landing those hooks, right? He's landing those hooks. He's landing those jabs. Even though he's chasing and he's getting hit, it seems like he's taking one to give one, right? He's getting hit with those straights. He's getting hit with those jabs. But those hooks seem like they're landing. Like, there's a reason why that damage or that health was at 77%. And with counters like that, Pryoxis is going to have a ball with his opponent. But with 130 left, halfway through the 7th round, you have to think the connections are striking. But now Pryoxis is going to try to turn it up.
Yeah, I mean, he has the stamina to do so. He certainly can start to put the pedal to the metal here and start firing a lot of shots. And what you'll start to see coming toward the 10th round is Pryoxis will start to plant his feet and throw up punches and bunches in good combinations. At least that's what I believe. And now what you're seeing here is that KYoungButta still is doing his best to protect that body because I think he's slowing down. I think that after a while, those body shots are meaning something, and that was a good hook. And he tries to throw another one, misses. And look at that, Pryoxis throws 1-2 and then body hook right there, and he lands that. The thing about this is that, look at that. You're leaving yourself open when you're trying to go for those side-stepping hooks. He does trade, takes one to give one, but in this situation, you might be a little bit far behind. It might be good to just give one and say, here, take it, tax-free, I got you. You know, I don't need nothing.
And little things that we saw in those like couple seconds is just like Pryoxis take not like a full setback, but like a minor setback, able to land the jabs to get the counter. It's just that distance game. If we can see it right here, like Ricky Hatton needs to close the distance, but this range right here, that range is danger zone for KYoungButta. He can't stay in that zone because Pryoxis will easily enter in or enter out of that zone and make you miss every single time. But get him on the ropes, that leaves a chance for him to like close the distance and try to get the striking. But every time he sends it into the center of the ring, KYoungButta doesn't really have a chance unless he closes the distance.
Yeah. Jabs as well, like that, like you just threw there.
Yes.
A lot of them is a lot of hooks that KYoungButta's throwing, as you just see 2 hooks successfully in a row. And I respect it because you're Ricky Hatton. But Ricky Hatton is a boxer. He can throw more of these jabs, and you want to try to time the jab. If you can trade jabs and time their jab, then you're going to increase the distance between you and your opponent. But like right there, as you just saw, Pryoxis landed a big flurry of shots, counter shots to the body, and lands a 2 clean free shots and a third to the head. I mean, come on now. You got to change it up a bit.
It's the sweet science. It's the flow motion of Pryoxis punches that's just working so well for him. Able to land the body, go straight ahead, and he's going to do it again. These trades are working well for his benefit now. And you see Pryoxis just move it back a little bit, let him chase. Oh, you're going to get that hook? All right, well, I'm going to hit you with this trade, and I'm going to try to land more punches as you. With 45 seconds left, you see the striking getting closer and closer with the body shots, but KYoungButta is just... He gets him on the ropes, but he lets him escape, and that's going to be very demoralizing when you get into these later rounds.
I mean, he keeps on trying to throw hooks and counter his opponent. That was a good little... I'll give him that. Those are good little flurries from both of those guys. He just keeps on trying to land these body hooks as Pryoxis is moving left and right, but Pryoxis is out of range for most of them. I mean, now that's good. 2 rear hooks to the body. land from KYoungButta at the end of the round. And as you've called out, KYoungButta does finish these rounds out well. 61% damage on Pryoxis as of right now, with 82% stamina going into the 9th. That is significant.
Yeah, and also one other thing, because we know Pryoxis, he's been laying the groundwork towards the body. Oh, but that block gauge is super low. I wonder if KYoungButta knows it. Maybe he's trying to push on the pressure, because that could be very damaging. That's something we need to look out for. How many times is Pryoxis blocking and taking that block, and how much is Ricky Hatton's power doing some damage? But with a left hook counter like that, he doesn't need to worry about his block gauge. Oh, again, too.
Yeah, he's done it twice. And look at that, throwing that clean, crisp check hook to the face. And another jab. And here comes another jab. And now Pryoxis is going to start to look to land that close shot, the quick shots. He's going to keep doing that.
Yeah, it's like a Western movie. You know, you go into a stand-up and you're saying quick draw, and he's gonna unleash the gun as manner possible, just unleashing a powerful shot to the body as he just does right there. Pryoxis, this is his fight. He loves some boxing like this, but counters like that, KYoungButta is still gonna be in the fight. It's just all a matter of what the KyouBox prediction scores are gonna be in the 10th round, because we're in the 9th round and time is running out for KYoungButta.
It is. It is. We'll see how KyouBox felt he's been doing in the last few rounds. I mean, from what I'm seeing, Pry is doing very well. But KyouBotta is not out of this. As you called out, he is landing hooks. It's still in this fight. There's been nobody that's rocked yet. Pryoxis is doing what Pryoxis does, which is win. And he's starting to throw and land a lot of great shots where there's openings like that, where you saw that straight and that lead hook land successfully.
Yeah, and with 15 seconds left, we'll see if KYoungButta could finish off the round strong with a couple of punches, but just the distance game from Pryoxis will not give him an opportunity. Tries to land a little bit of a jab, but that will be the end of it, as both guys trying to fight a little bit after the bell. But you see there, 55, I think, was the health rate. And oh my goodness, it got a little bit close.
And you called that one. Yes,
KYoungButta. 85 to 86, but going to your point, Omni, I'm going to let you finish your point right there, but it's getting a little bit scary. Pryoxis, you want to see him turn out, but KYoungButta still has a chance, as you said in the last round.
He does. I mean, now this is going to be a momentum. Like, this is a wake-up call. Okay, KyouBotta is showing that there is a chance. There's a chance. I came back. I did not lose 3 rounds in a row, and that's what I think that's what he needed to see. That's going to give him hope. That's going to allow him to start moving forward and try to land his own shots. And another thing is that Pry may be landing a lot, but maybe the reason why he didn't win all 3 rounds definitively like he did before is because a lot of those shots are just jabs. It's not very significant strikes, and it's not very powerful. Now we're starting to see Pryoxis throwing a lot more hooks. As we alluded to, he's trying to now land more damaging shots because he's trying to take away and get ahead in this race. But KYoungButta's been doing that. He's been constantly throwing hooks there. Nice counter landed from Pryoxis yet again.
And Omni, you have to think, like, it has to be more of to the mind of both these fighters. Like, you need to solidify these rounds. You can see the counters going back and forth with under 1 minute left in the 10th round. But this is where now it's a best of 3. You know that you have 1 leg up, but right now you see, look at the kitchen sink. Oh, that was just like a weathered uppercut. So the stamina must be fairly low for KYoungButta, using a lot of those uppercuts to the body, whipping a lot of his shots, trying to go for the jab, and now Pryoxis trying to enter back, trying to land some of his own shots, landing the hooks and not getting very close. 15 seconds left, and this is where Pryoxis does his damage right here, Omni.
It certainly is. Coming down to the end of this 10th round, we have 2 more to go, and that's a little telling when we saw that slow movement. That tells me that the body shots from Pryoxis are doing significant work on the stamina of KYoungButta.
Now, do you think this could be a first time for everything? First time in ESFL history that we might get a chaos bracket where our top 2 seeds could possibly go down, but Pryoxis still up. KYoungButta still in the fight, but there is a possible chance for a chaos bracket if KYoungButta doesn't get hit with shots like that. But Pryoxis work it so well, taking the center of the ring, working his hooks as much as possible, and just stopping his opponent very nicely. And those combinations are coming in flush there.
They are. Look at this. hits the body again.
It's just
And
it's just like you have to think the tension of the moment, the spotlight that's on you. Everyone wants to win the belt. Everyone has their eyes on you. You could be the first person to have the UFC title and the undisputed title in the organization's history, while KyoungButta is trying to disrupt history and cause some chaos on himself. With 140 left, you see Pryoxis still keeping even kill, having fun in there, staying in the center of the ring and just working on his punches.
yeah. And then now we're starting to see KyoungButta is throwing a lot of good shots here. Lands a body uppercut again and lands the jab. And Pryoxis is now counters with his own jab. That was very well timed. He gets caught with a rear hand to the head and then followed up with the body. And then look at that, a straight shot. 1 minute left.
Oh, and
Straight,
just,
I like the matrix right there.
yeah, you love the Matrix, but that's the range that's been working for Pryoxis every time, working the body. And you can see Pryoxis unleashing the tank in these last 2 rounds right here, trying to see if he can possibly get a knockdown to solidify everything. But the hooks, jab, going to hooks. It's not only that he's doing the straights and the jabs so well, it's that he's branching off every single time.
He is.
10 seconds.
That jab, lead hook lands successfully from KyoungButta, and here comes another jab here from Pryoxis. No,
Just nasty.
He fooled me. He fooled KyoungButta. He landed that left hand successfully with that hook, and now we're in the final round.
He saw the hitbox. He came close. He was like, boop, I'm just gonna slap you in the face with a left hook. No worries. But this is the final round, as you said, of our second matchup. There's 2 more fights still to go in the quarterfinals. We'll see who is going to meet Uncle Talent and who's going to meet these next couple opponents in the next future matchups. But going to the present right now, Ryan Garcia, Pryoxis, doing his work as consistently as possible. KyoungButta trying to answer back. Probably needs to throw the whole kitchen onto his opponent, but how much do you risk through the reward of everything?
Yes. I mean, at this point, you don't know where the judges are. I think both of these guys are in the same boat. You both need to go for broke here. And, you know, if you end up losing all the money because you went for broke, all right. But then you might be successful. You might get some money there if you decide to invest a little bit there, get some capital assets. But that right there, that's prize asset. And that left hand is gold. And it's been gold all freaking fight, landing that jab successfully. And KyoungButta is really trying to look for a counter, a slip sort. And oh my gosh, left hand again to the body, to the head, followed up. And KyoungButta, I don't think he's got a minute left here, Kingsley. Take us out, but I don't think this guy has been able to land much this round.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can put on the pressure. We're under 1 minute to go in the final round right here. You see KyoungButta trying to answer back with a hook, but gets land with a vicious counter from Pryoxis. Pryoxis finding his way through and through, making his opponent chase, trying to go for the distance game a little bit. And you know what? Maybe he's trying to take a little bit of stroll, trying to keep up the same striking pressure as he did before. But with 15 seconds left, does he even need to force the issue? As 10 seconds left, KyoungButta gets a nice counter. We'll have to see what the judges score, because we won't see a nice power shot landing, body shots out landing from Pryoxis. And we will go to the judges' scorecards, and the winner will be Pryoxis. The #1 seed goes on to the semifinals.
I'm very curious to see how close this was, if he won by 2 or 1 round, maybe even 3 rounds. KyoungButta, man, much respect to you. I really like KyoungButta as a person. I've spoken to him a few times, and it looks like 2 rounds up, and that was very close. KyoungButta was fighting tooth and nail toward the end here, and this is just the way it goes sometimes. Look at the difference here. The health is reversed compared to the stamina here, and I think that's really been the difference. Pry continuously land to that body 109 to 80, and then the headshots were successful from KyoungButta, which was a bit of a surprise, but both 37%. And then